Attention, attention staff. Board meeting will begin momentarily. Look busy and stay quiet. Human resources is on the warpath. The wood chippers and man cannons are prepped and ready to go. The compound will be secured until the conclusion of the meeting. Good luck out there, NPCs. May God have mercy on your pitiful souls. If any of us still have souls. I present to you the board members.
I am the founder of this organization, Non-Player Character Incorporated, NPC Inc. for the stupid. It's my passion project, churning out mindless human analogs to occupy key positions in government, business, and entertainment. Why? To facilitate my vision of the new world order. I am known simply as the Director. Joining me are my executives. Tom, my CTO, CIO, COO, Systems Architect, Head of R&D, and Chris, my CFO, President of Human Resources, and CCO. What you are about to hear are highly classified internal board meetings. Welcome to the boardroom. Have a seat. Don't touch anything, especially not that beige button. Fucking on fire today. Gentlemen, we've been contracted to spread democracy.
Manage democracy.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, the recruitment for Helldivers is down, so they want to use NPCs.
We do have the Patriotism OS.
Yeah, America 0.69.
Nice.
That joke is so old.
We haven't needed it since the Patriot Act passed.
Are any of those NPC senators still alive?
Who cares?
I guess. Anyway, on to business.
Do you guys want a nice cup of liberty?
Oh,
Oh,
God.
God.
All right, actual business. Helldivers 2. It's 2 months now, and it's a rip-roaring success still. We've had a couple hours with it, at least together. What are we thinking?
I love it.
Tom does play it the most. No, it's really fun, especially with friends. It's good without them. I tried to play a little bit solo. That wasn't that great, but even with random people, it's fun, except for when they're fucking horrible.
Except when they're toxic.
Haven't had Toxic yet. Played a little bit solo. Quick play nonsense. It wasn't all that serious. I had fun.
Yeah, if if it's not serious for you, it's fun.
Yeah, I would never do like the it on hard with like myself or random people. I would at least join like a Discord and find someone first, because I can't imagine that working out.
There's actually a guy who responds to the SOS beacons on the hardest setting. I'll find his name and fill it in later.
Oh, I'm
But
sure
he's
there's people
kind of like a Sherpa, like, let me solo her.
I'm sure there are people that are great, but I can't do it with people. I get very angry if
When they're not doing what you want.
especially if we're not talking together, and especially if it's really them not doing what they want. I have no problem with you failing to do it, but when you literally don't do it, ugh.
Like 4 people going in separate directions.
Yeah. Exactly like what we did. But it was fun because I was playing with you, so I didn't care as much.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, well, at least we went in the same direction most of the time.
Generally.
You can break off too. That's a valid strategy sometimes, but we got to somewhat communicate.
So people do that in the harder difficulties to get down like all the side objectives. They break off and like 2 will do a harder hive and 1 will each do like a destroy the thing.
Yeah, but we'd have to communicate, and I don't want to communicate with random people.
That sounds terrible. I don't want to do that in real life.
Like I said, if I really wanted to do it, I would join like a Discord group or a guild or something, and then do it X amount of people, because then I can, if I start to like them and we jam, I'm like, all right, I got it. Yeah.
Guilds or like a platoons would be fun, like some sort of social mechanic like that.
They might set something up like that. I mean, with how well the game has been received, and it's been very well received.
I still love the intro drop in every time.
That is
All
a
that
good
music.
drop.
Oh, the music, the ambience, the visual of the
horns.
HellPods.
Oh, the horns.
Do you see they've officially put out a statement on friendly fire, and they're like, hell no, we're not turning that off.
I did see that.
The only way we'll turn that off is if we turn bullet damage off.
There is a propaganda poster about it. Do I have it up?
I don't know. Do you?
I want to quote it exactly. Oh, incoming friendly fire. Dodge or don't. Your call.
I still remember murdering both of you the first time we played, and then I shot Tom for like a second. Like, dude, I'm like, it was one bullet. I can't shoot you with one bullet, Tom.
Exploded me fucking twice, you dick.
I know. Well, this was like right after that too, and he was crossing behind me, still shooting at whatever.
Do you have any idea how much I tried not to kill you guys? I'm like, ooh.
Oh, shiny. Yeah. I bet you did, Mark, because you like to kill me in other games.
I was trying to be good.
Oh, what did we play? Fucking Zelda Four Swords Adventure. And I think I pushed Tom off the ledge about 170 times.
I don't think I played a Zelda game like that.
It was me, Mark. I thought it was you. It had to be someone else then. I kept killing them. I had this stupid like shepherd's hook that makes a block, but it pushes the character forward. So I kept doing it to the person on the edge and killing them.
Wasn't me.
Well, Mark was there for it.
Maybe the other Tom.
Let's see here. Why don't we go over some... Well, let me pull up the Steam charts. 268,468 players right now. That is a lot of people. That is healthy.
That is. And that's close to the 24-hour peak, too. So it's not bad.
I couldn't find hard numbers on how much it sold, but they're in like the 4 million copies at least.
Sounds right.
They have to be. Okay, so here, according to Steam, 250,249 current players at this very moment. Damn.
A little over 450,000, 100,000 for all time.
What is it about this game?
I mean, it's something you can hop in and out of with friends. It's got a great gameplay loop, and it's mildly entertaining. Also, propaganda and Super Troopers, fucking Starship Troopers.
Yeah, so the Starship Troopers like callback, I think makes it allure to like older players like us, or like, you know, mid-30s.
Fair.
Or whatever. So it brings in those people who maybe have a job or have a life outside video games. And then for the younger generation, I don't know of a really good video game that's so tongue-in-cheek like this. That's an FPS.
No, they don't have one. There hasn't been
maybe
another one.
Gears of War, maybe.
I doubt any of them. They might have fond memories of playing it when they were little.
Yeah,
older siblings maybe.
What's Gears of War? Was really tongue-in-cheek though.
Some of it was kind of.
Some of it was was so over to the top. You're like, oh, okay.
Like the Coltrane thing.
Oh yeah. Okay, all right, I get it.
Yeah, or
it's the Coltrane, baby.
There was that one character in Destiny 2, Cole.
Which one?
Destiny 2, the one
Cade?
What was it? Cade.
The Cade.
Yeah.
So there was some of it with him, but not really like obvious propaganda.
No, and so one of the things that they're doing, and apparently I'm not the only one that enjoys this or likes to see this, there is no real world politics, real world anything. It is the game. It is fake propaganda. Do not bring the real world into it. Just leave that shit outside. This is not the space for that. And I appreciate that. But people are getting pissed because they're getting banned from the forum. Whatever.
They're getting banned from a forum for what?
If they're bringing up like one of the big, I don't even know how big it is because most people don't even care. It's like not going to look for it. I had to go digging. People were calling for LGBTQ. I don't know what the full acceptable abbreviation is for. They want like the cape in it or a flag in it. And their response was no. And other people called for like the Confederate flag or actual American flag. And they said no. None of it is real world. Not allowed. Period. I'm good with that. Don't break my immersion. I'm here to talk about fake democracy. I'm here to kill bugs and automatons that are cyborg people that just want their home planet back. And once they get it back, they don't want to even fight us anymore. That is hilarious to me.
It'd be funny if we had like a Save the Termids or something, cape or whatever.
Oh, so you want to make like fake,
like a fake Greenpeace, a fake Save the Whale.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, that would be funny.
And you would be executed on site for treason.
They show like in the intro how they show like all the regular people by their pre-prescribed little box houses, and you see the protesters come in and then they get hit with like a combine.
If it's for everything, I understand, especially with this, because they want to. It's because you could relate almost anything to real stuff if you wanted to. So you kind of have to separate it. And unfortunately, I guess you have to get rid of everything because it's a slippery slope. I basically just said nothing for 20 seconds. Someone please talk.
No, that's exactly what it is. And I don't know if it's their official statement, but basically I don't know if they're even developers or community managers. What they've said is if they cave to one, they'll end up having to include all of it. And that doesn't make sense.
And they just don't want to do that. That's fine.
Do what you got to do, especially because you didn't put out a piece of shit. You put out something good. I am unwilling to tamper with something good. How's
the performance of guys been?
Performance, pretty good. I haven't had too many issues.
I have disconnecting to people issues.
Yep.
But it's like I either do connect to them or I don't. And once I do, it's fine.
No, that's not bad. I just had the screen tearing issue that was very easily fixed. So,
was yours because of the VSync?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine too. I had the connection issue when I was playing with Tom and then one time outside, but I think I was connecting to people who were also on the opposite side of the globe.
I haven't had a problem at all, especially with Tom, which you think there'd be something. It's pretty quick.
No, it was literally the one day with him.
Yeah, I'm literally on the other side of the world of you guys, and we play pretty well together.
It's astounding.
By pretty well, it's the best gameplay togetherness I think we have had in a video game.
And we're all on PC, just to make that clear.
Yeah.
I'm running a 3060 mobile GPU. What do you guys have?
I'd have to check.
You tell me, you built it.
I don't friggin' know.
You'd have to ask the missus on that one, I think.
Yeah, she was like, does this seem good? I read through the parts. I was like, yeah, that one's good. Does this seem good? Yeah, that one's good too. How about this one? They're all pretty solid.
All right, well, in that case, I run on Magic.
You run on Magic. All right. Pixie dust, sparkle farts. From what I've seen of other people, they aren't really suffering too much on performance on any platform. And that's kind of surprising considering, number one, it's a cheaper than AAA, entry point game, $40, not the 70. It's published by Sony. The studio isn't huge. I don't understand how these not top of the line companies keep producing gold.
Because actual top of the line companies have been producing mediocre shit for years. So we're just, done.
Well, how much of it do you think is that we're conditioned to expect some level of janky, shitty unplayableness?
Oh, when shit first comes out, almost everything. God, fucking, what else? I'm sorry, I got distracted. They made fucking Magicka? Oh my God, I love this company.
They did, Arrowhead. They worked, I'm pretty sure they worked on Halo too. They worked on a bunch of different stuff. Like they're a developer that contracted out. But yes, I did see that and was like, Chris made me play that thing.
That makes sense too. It looks kind of like Helldivers, but it's a clusterfuck.
Also, allegedly, Helldivers was pitched as a ODST storyline and an independent game from before the first one came out. And Microsoft said no more than once. It was pitched a couple different times.
They feel stupid now, I bet.
Probably not, but they should.
So I have a GeForce 3070.
There you go.
RTX.
Chris, for some reason, I think you're on a 4060. I think that's what we did.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So same ballpark. Tom is technically running higher and hotter. And I don't know what my frame rate is, but it hasn't dropped to an unplayable rate. And it hasn't dropped to like 30 frames per second. It's hovered around 60. Solid. I've had zero complaints. I don't have any of those issues where you have like that weird graphical delay from you shooting or throwing a grenade or jumping backwards and trying to evade a hunter and still getting creamed.
Makes sense.
I wonder if I can pull the Steam hardware average for that.
RTX 4060.
Wow.
Yeah. Better TDP.
Oh, you also built yours more recently.
Oh, and apparently you could play it on a Steam Deck. Okay.
Wow. I wonder how it runs. That is impressive. I mean, it's not super impressive, but it's impressive enough if it holds connectivity well.
I imagine you have to be connected to Wi-Fi, but maybe Wi-Fi is fast enough these days.
It is. I mean, I was playing with you guys Wi-Fi.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So apparently, I mean, it's 720p, but you can get it running playable on a Steam Deck, which is surprising. I mean, I'll segue that into my greatest point about AAA games total. So Dragon's Dogma is, I guess, considered on that level now because of how much anticipation occurred in 12 years since its initial launch. It's not a dumpster fire, but I didn't buy it. $70, microtransactions on a single player game, uncapped, which isn't like, oh, it's, whatever, uncapped, but it still runs well. No, it runs like shit.
Yeah, I heard similar complaints.
So I didn't even try.
I didn't like the first one.
Oh, did you play it?
Yeah. Yeah, most of the Steam reviews are talking about how shitty the performance is.
Yeah, it's
like game is great, but it runs like garbage.
And all I see are good reviews on it. And people, I don't know. There's a lot of reviewers now that I second guess because they're promoting it. And, it runs good for me. There's like 10,000 people on Steam that say no.
Also, I hate that. Runs good for me. Great. That's not helping anyone. If it works for you, fucking fantastic. There's still so many people it's not working for. Offer solutions or leave the forum.
Thank you. But then this game, sure, there are microtransactions that you could choose to participate in or not.
Oh, why are there microtransactions in this that are more than that?
No, you can buy technically the things in the war bonds you can purchase.
No. I meant Dragon's Dogma. Sorry.
Oh, Dragon's Dogma.
I thought
yeah.
You were.
Like their justification or their cop out is that you can unlock everything in the game. And okay, fine, fair. It's not like that hasn't been done. But also, you're charging me $70 for this game.
Oh, wow. They're literally selling like
fast
life
travel,
revival items. In fact, yeah, that's some bullshit.
Editing your character.
You can pay your way to win that game.
That's what they're saying. And normally I would say, no, I don't count experience boost as pay to win or like power creep items as necessarily pay to win. If there's things in the game that you can also do that with. But no, I'll let this one slide.
I mean, to be fair with Helldivers, there's some pay to improve your life items.
Kind of, but not really. You can just buy them. You can get the credits. There's nothing stopping you from earning those credits, the same credits in game.
You can. It's just a time sink difference, right?
Which is how a lot of those games do that, which is still shit.
That's fine.
But you don't have to purchase any of it. And the war bonds don't require you to put in real money, and they never expire. So let's say it's a year from now. That initial war bond you can just complete.
What I don't know is the premium war bonds, if they're pay only or not, because
they're not. Nothing is. You can purchase them with the in-game currency.
To me, that's acceptable. I don't particularly enjoy the fact that others can just pay to be better than me, but
Deep Rock Galactic did it the best. Whatever you don't get in the season just goes to the general loot pool. You don't buy shit in that game.
Oh, fair enough. I didn't even know that. But that's not a bad way to do it. I don't know. I kind of like both of those. It doesn't expire or goes into the general loot pool, and you can just purchase it.
Oh, yeah. If you can always just get it, that's also really good. That's basically the same fucking thing. I just meant there is no premium currency for Deep Rock.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, firestorms are the best thing in the game.
I hate you.
I haven't experienced it yet.
We experienced it the first time together yesterday, and I just died so much to it. Chris was laughing his head off.
Priceless.
So it's just fire tornadoes. So we're trying to raise flags, and they're slowly chasing Tom around. I'm on a building, and I guess it can't go over the building, or it got just knocked by a wall. Yeah. So he dies from it. I throw down the fucking to bring him back fucking stratagem.
Reinforce, yeah.
Thank you. And it's a clear area. There's nothing by him. As he's landing, they all merge towards him. So when he pops out of it, it's literally on top of him.
Not one, like three.
Die. Yeah.
Like I'm so mad I wasn't there.
And I was like, what the fuck? I can't even get out of it before it kills me.
They continued to chase him for the rest of the mission. They mostly avoided me.
And it was so long too. It was maybe 5 minutes of our mission.
It was a good time.
Wow.
It was a good time for Chris. It was a bad time for me at the time, but later I found it funny because hindsight.
I do like that too. That definitely adds to the variety, the random planet shit. So firestorms, electrical storms.
Yeah. Have you guys found the Shriekers?
What happened?
Have you found the Shriekers yet?
No. What do they do?
Aha, they are the flying bugs. And if you kill them and they fall at you, they can still kill you.
Mm.
So they're still lethal after you've killed them because they carry momentum.
I mean, that's how that should work.
That is how that should work.
That's probably the part of the appeal too. The kills are very satisfying, especially when you catch one mid jump or one of the robots spazzes out and rockets halfway towards you, shooting them in half too and watching their legs kick. It's fantastic.
Their destruction models are great.
Yes, they are. It's also a game for some reason where I'm not angry, upset, even mad or ticked off when I get murdered. I'm like, well, that was fun.
They give you like so many tries.
They do.
If you fail, it's because you failed.
I'm okay because they give you like lives.
Mm-hmm.
But even the only time I felt like unjustifiedly killed was when I popped out of that and the fire. Like I was like, give me like 5 seconds.
You should have had
get out of it.
Some kind of invincibility frame for a second, but that was fantastic.
So I'm not exactly sure how or why it happens. The speculation, and it might have been confirmed already, and I just didn't look on any of the forums. People who are trash talking, doing really well, or the devs just feel like fucking with them, they will drop different assets or tons of giant bugs or like a million shriekers or the snowstorm, the firestorms on them just to fuck with them.
So I might have gotten that.
They might have been watching you play and they're like, fuck this guy in particular.
Nice. This is Tom kid. He's been too successful recently. He might be carrying the other two. We gotta knock him down a peg.
We watched him throw 4 stratagems on that one idiot kid.
He keeps doing only these easy missions. So fuck him in particular.
I mean, if I was Joel, I would do that when I got bored.
I would too.
And fuck this guy.
They also randomly test things on people. Like you'll load into a mission and you'll have, it's not the mission you thought it was.
Yeah, we did a mission on the fucking robot planet where we had to kill bugs.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was weird.
It was
a very unique story.
Also, we couldn't do any other mission besides that one.
Yeah.
So, they might have been testing that.
And it was on medium, so me and Chris were not enough to do that mission.
I also never did. I didn't realize it was right at the start and constant. I thought it was going to be like waves or something.
Oh,
and I did not bring the right guns. This is a good time to test a laser cannon. No, it is not. We succeeded, by the way, and got 3 stars.
Hey.
Yeah, by the skin of our teeth. We were on, I think we were literally on 0 reinforce.
Oh, so you were getting your ass handed to you.
Yeah, I think we had 20 at the start, and most of the time it was me dying, not Chris. Chris was really good at running away in that one, and I was not.
Yeah, just run away and throw shit at them. Turn around, shotgun blast, run away.
I was keep getting the bile hit me, the bile spewer ones.
I mean, I watched a lot of Holy Grail as a child, so I know how to run away.
Makes sense. We need the white rabbit, I guess.
We need the holy hand grenade. Oh, did we tell you we're dumb? We figured out, when you load the artillery, you get a stratagem to let you shoot those shells.
Yep.
So I thought we did get that, but I wasn't sure if it was from that. It was that artillery strike that I was using that one time.
Yeah, it's.
I didn't know if it was from that. Mm-hmm. That's badass.
Yeah, so the shells you put in fucking matter, which is awesome.
Well, I figured because there were different ones, and there's like a certain amount of like the regular ones and then special ones that they mattered, but I didn't know how to make that work.
And those high yield ones are.
Yeah, we set off a fucking mini nuke the other day.
Yeah, we did that too. Probably shouldn't have used it on a patrol, but
Well, I mean, we were basically done, so we were just fucking around at that point. Confirmed, you cannot blow up the rescue extraction chopper because I dropped the payload right on top of that thing.
And it doesn't kill it?
No.
It's cool that it's a Pelican, and it's basically the Pelican from Halo.
You can kill the automaton dropships, though.
Can you?
Yes. They take a lot, but if you all focus fire like a stratagem on it, you could probably take it out.
Okay.
Because it was exploding and stuff when
That's
I
good
was
to know.
Shooting
the little AT-AT walkers, if you shoot their crotch, that's their weak point. I do know that.
Or if you take out one leg.
Yeah,
you
take out a leg,
fall down. I still want to know why that just isn't a robot and why it's a guy on the back of it, like a robot on the back of this robot. Because if I kill that robot, that thing blows up too. Couldn't it just be its own robot?
Could be.
Same thing with the guy with the fucking rocket launcher. Why is he walking around with that shit? Just have them come out of his shoulders, man.
It's just more cost effective.
This just feels like a horrible strategy for you guys.
For me, like, it's just easier mass produce like rocket launchers than is the guys with the built-in rocket launcher that might have to then go back to a resupply.
So, have you guys looked into any of the lore about any of the Terminids or the automatons?
No.
Apparently, there's going to be a third faction. Sometimes you could see them spying on us.
I've not noticed anything, or
yeah, I haven't either. So the automatons are communists who rebelled against Super Earth. Why they're automatons, I don't know. But yeah, that's them. We control their homeworld, and they just want that back, and they don't even want to fight us afterwards. The Terminids, I'm pretty sure they were just something we found and started breeding to help with farming.
We want like oil from them too, or some bullshit, right?
I thought we were just found them exploring like on our expansion, and we're like, well, your territory is now ours.
Kind of. So let's see here. Screen Rant says, you're driven by fuel extracted from genetically modified bugs, so we farm them.
Oh, so everyone we're killing is basically oil.
Oh, we're the bad guys 100%, and that's part of the joke. Like, there is no reality where the Helldivers and Super Earth are the good guys.
What do you mean? We're managing democracy effectively.
For Super Earth. That's so how much of the slogan or the fake sloganeering and the propaganda and the actual social criticism is the selling point?
Yeah. So go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I had to look it up because I wasn't sure what it was called. But so we don't use oil anymore, right? Super Earth has gone past that. We use clean, reliable, and renewable substance 7110
from the
which
Terminids.
Is oil backwards in leet speak.
I love it.
It's close to home.
That tongue-in-cheek stuff and that propaganda is like, it makes it so much more satisfying. I don't know why.
Because that's hilarious. It's like they're trying to be funny.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, it brings me back to Starship Troopers. Like, yeah, your lives are expendable. Who cares?
I mean, they literally tell you in basic training you're going to die.
I know, I did many times.
Yeah. I don't know if it's lore or not, but I feel like we're just all clones and they just have our
that's conspiracy theorizing. There is no evidence that they are clones. Apparently, that is a conspiracy theory according to the game, and you're not allowed to talk about that.
Well, why are we allowed to die then?
For the cause, Tom.
Yeah, there you go. Which is,
do you want barbecues and twins?
Which makes sense why my randomized voice is canon, but
that's a good way to tie that in.
But other adjustments in the game are not. Sounds like a software malfunction. I
think that the storyline, the hilarity, the humor kind of bleeds into their ability to expand the game, because there are subtleties. Like, not everything ties itself together. Not everything is very cohesive. Broad stroke, if I'm trying to divorce everything out and break it down, upgrading your ship, getting your weapons, that's not a typical progression that I've done in many games. Maybe if you play a lot of multiplayer games like Call of Duty, then I don't know.
By the way, I love that aspect.
You like that aspect?
Definitely Call of Duty.
That progression aspect is like one of the most satisfying things to me in video games.
Oh, perfect. It checks boxes for you. That was part of my point I was bringing up. So everything is funny, and they use that to bridge the gap, because like upgrading your ship isn't as intuitive. They tell you to go to it, but I'm looking at it going, well, I'm going to have to spend some time figuring this shit out. Like, what's the best upgrade path? What's the best weapon to use? I don't know. Maybe I should unlock a bunch and try them out.
Yes, you should. They want you to do that. No, like they are. They're pro. They don't like fucking meta. They came out early with that. They thought Twitch streamers were ruining their game originally.
They're right. I agree. I mean, that's the railgun, why it got nerfed. My take is that it's not as cohesive, and they use humor and story to bridge the gaps.
They definitely use humor. Honestly, if you and this one kid at work didn't tell me things about the story, I would have no idea what the story is besides the very obvious Starship Troopers references. Like kill things because they're bad. America, sorry, Super Earth, Super Earth, Super Earth.
Managed democracy.
And you know what? I'm okay with that, which is also crazy because you know me, I fucking love lore and all this shit. And don't be wrong, this is still interesting, but I don't even need that for this. It's just, it's fun.
It is fun.
I don't need the lore, but like whenever like there's some problems, let's say, with the game, and it's fixed through lore or through orders or whatever, I just find that hilarious and just like, okay, I'm okay with it now.
Like when sex was just canceled?
Yes.
That is funny.
No more sex, guys. That's when we kill some more things.
So
because we didn't expand enough.
But we also get punished actually in game if we don't follow, like we lost that one planet because we didn't complete the objective. Now, whether or not it was storyline and we had to lose it, I don't know, but I know we missed the objective. So we lost that one.
Yeah.
And it was a major defeat and failure.
I don't know if it's ever going to happen, but I really want to fight on Earth.
See, now
Earth.
I don't know if it'll ever come up.
We'd have to fuck up bad, or like maybe if they're going to shut the servers down or something, you know what I mean? They'd be like all out war.
No, I could see.
I can't see it happening normally.
I could see like there's an incursion of the automatons. They, created this new cyborg that looks very much human, and they're spreading communist propaganda around, and you have to go and suss them out.
Or we brought back something because of medical stuff from the Termites.
Sure. I could see how they could do it. But on top of regular in-game story, there is that meta-narrative that they have where that whole galaxy is subject to how we play, what we do, and then what kind of story they want to continue. So none of it is necessarily concrete. They could change it as they feel.
Yeah. Also, I could see like the galaxy map easily expanding and things like that, depending on how we're doing.
That is cool that there's so many planets and that each planet does feel different, though.
I think they're mainly random generation.
I think each region, it has almost like there are types of planets, and I think each region has a type of planet.
Mm-hmm. But still, it's still a lot more variety than I thought I was going to get going into it.
Yeah, I think there are 8 to 16 around there,
something like types.
That. So yeah, it definitely gives a good feel of that, especially because you usually have to liberate one planet to go to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely gives you a good feel of like, hey, I'm on a different place. Hey, this place has, big stalagmites, whatever they're called.
Mm-hmm.
Or this place has valleys, or this place has rolling hills, or...
Well, how big of a change? I don't know for you guys, but I went from fighting Terminids on like a fairly desolate red planet to then fighting automatons on kind of a rainforesty lowland.
Yeah.
And that was very, very interesting, to that juxtaposition of I was just like on Mars and now I'm in a rainforest and I'm fighting evil communist robots, apparently.
So this isn't like 100% set. There are apparently 4 types of planets, and they're different, but there's the moon, the Arctic, sandy, and primordial, so the jungle. But then you have the different conditions they add to it, who's on it, the different temperatures, the color palette they use, different types of fauna they add to it. So it seems like there's infinitely more. And they could always, there could be a fucking 5th planet we just can't fucking get to right now.
Yeah.
Or they can always change that in the future.
Yeah. It does, on this same list, though, it does say inhabitants, Terminid, automatons, Illuminati, most likely.
I can see they have a lot of expansion that they can go down, like different paths they can go down. Yeah, there's a lot that they can play with. There's a lot that's open, and just the way that they've framed it gives them a lot of wiggle room where they could just decide, well, now we're going to go down this path.
Or you're doing too well, so the Illuminati are going to come and mess with that.
See, this one lists volcanoes, forests, and cities, so there are more than those four. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I can't wait for the third faction to show up. I was asking Tom the other day, are there any instances where like you see both of them on the same planet and they're fighting each other?
I don't think so.
That would be cool to see. Not like all the time, but just like, randomly.
Okay, so here, Helldivers 1, the enemy factions were the Bugs, Cyborgs, and the Illuminati. So the Illuminati are the only ones that actually kept their original name. There's also a lot of other Bugs and Cyborgs that we haven't seen yet.
Good.
There's invisible bugs at some point.
There's always been invisible bugs. You just haven't seen them.
That's true.
We really just called them the bugs the first time, huh?
Yeah. We haven't seen Hive Lords yet.
I'm going to kill one of them. I want to fight me some fucking aliens, though.
Yeah, don't they look badass?
It's like a combination of the two.
They're Protoss.
Yes, we got it. Everything is Starship Troopers and Starcraft. There you go. That's the name of this episode.
Starship Troopers and Starcraft, you got it.
AKA Helldivers.
Starship Troopers and Starcraft.
I'm writing it down.
Some nerds going to be pissed that we don't talk about either of those games / movies.
Starship Troopers was a game too.
So who the fuck is Joel?
That's my second job. I'm Joel.
So Joel is probably like a title that they just give whatever DM is observing the game at the time.
Why Joel? Anyone know?
Have you ever met a Joel you like?
Yes.
The closest I've met is a Joel.
The person I know went by Joel or Joel, depending on the day.
I hate him already.
See, now if I had a name where I could do that, where there's multiple pronunciations, no matter what anybody said when I was being introduced or they were saying hi to me, I would just correct them to the other one every time.
You would?
I absolutely would. Joel. No, it's actually Joel. Next time I see him. Oh, Joel. No, it's Joel.
That confused the hell out of me.
Yep, that's the point. I don't know. I've seen Joel referred to as the DM or GM for the game, and he's just kind of deciding the narrative as it goes along. I don't think it's a he.
Some people think he's the true villain of Super Earth.
Could be.
Yeah, I'm wondering. See, I thought maybe it's just an AI they're trying to like flesh out for like
could be
D&D or something.
Someone wrote, "You're telling me he's a god? We shall no longer pray to RNGesus. We must praise Joel."
Nice.
Becomes a religion in Helldivers 2. Praise Joel.
I'm surprised nobody's come up with, like, I guess they didn't think to incorporate 1984 and it's not Big Brother.
Oh, see, someone here says Joel is a super intelligence from the automation that is controlling the war fronts.
So could be. And Joel's not actually a person.
So I think people just keep making shit up.
Yeah, probably.
Which is kind of better.
It's all just guesses because there's no information, probably.
Look him up on Creepypasta. I got it. Joel, this is how it's going to end. It's just going to cut to heaven, and Joel is just God DMing fucking Helldivers. Is it arbitrary? Hold on. Roll the dice. Yes, it's arbitrary.
It'd be funny if it was just like some guy's face, though.
They just put the real guys, they superimpose the real guy's face over like a cartoon God Jesus looking thing.
Or like just light behind him like all religions have.
Oh, no. Andros from Star Fox.
Yes. Wait. Back when he was a monkey or when he was just floating space objects?
Floating space
Geometry.
monkey head.
Yeah, floating space geometry. Sorry.
Yep, floating. Well, no, he threw up space geometry at you.
Well, he was originally too. If you go back far enough.
Fair enough.
I forgot about that.
Hey, that was revolutionary for Super Nintendo.
Joel is God of War. That's what happened when Kratos retired. Got it.
Where are we getting this?
No, someone called him the God of War, and then I just made the joke.
I feel like I should know what creepypasta is, but I don't.
From the deeper recesses of Chris's mind. You have to have lots of free time for that sort of stuff.
Oh, yeah. We didn't talk about the anti-cheat, which I'm not okay with.
What is the anti-cheat? I haven't experienced it.
So it has root level access to your system, allegedly, for no apparent reason. It is a single player, multiplayer, like PvE game. So I don't know what exactly that would do for you, unless they plan on adding some kind of competition later.
Well, people cheat and everything anyway, so it still would ruin it.
Don't know and don't care, and it's beyond me. The information that it logs is a lot of it invasive. The company has gotten in trouble multiple times before for misappropriating the data and software that they use. What is it? An anti-cheat? I'll pull it up. Have you guys, our connection issues that one time might have been because of that. Other people had performance issues because of it. It's not a...
And protect game guard.
Yeah, that's it. It's not a great... It's probably effective, but I still see videos every now and then of people seeing crazy cheaters. They're going to come through anyway.
So it looks like it's pretty on par with other anti-cheats. It just happens to be fear-mongering right now with this one in particular. Honestly, probably because of how popular it is.
It is and it isn't. It might be now.
I don't know that I like kernel level anti-cheat software.
Exactly.
Yeah, and apparently a bunch of them are anyway.
I'm sure a bunch of them are. I don't like that because, way to bypass my entire system.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say it's a good thing. I'm just saying it's on par for the course.
That doesn't mean it's good.
I didn't say it was good. I said the opposite.
Well, no, because that's kind of making an excuse for it. Just because the others are that way also doesn't mean it's okay.
Let me reform my statement. They're all bad.
There you go. Yeah, we can't come up with a better way to do this. And this isn't a criticism of that anti-cheat. It's just in general.
It might be hard to, depending on what people are using to cheat games. So I'm betting that you need to be at that level just because that's where the level of the cheat programs are.
I am sure that there is a absolutely valid reason for it. 100%. I just don't like it. And I also don't get why you need it in this game in particular.
Someone said that when I deleted the game, the anti-cheat stayed too. They had to scrub their whole shit to get it out.
It has a bad habit of sticking around.
But that's not...
That's true.
Oh, and because again, so like you said, depending on what we do affects the game. It's like a giant kind of D&D thing. So if I could become invincible and kill everything, I could just go on hard mode and wreck missions all day. And now if you have hundreds of thousands of people doing this, we won democracy forever.
That's true. There you go. There's a reason.
Also, I would be pretty pissed if I went into a match, especially if I was playing harder and the guy was just one-shotting everything. Like I would like it for like one match, like, yeah, medals, and then I'd be like, I don't want to play with you ever. You should die.
Fair enough. I mean, that is a perfectly valid reason to have it in there. And I agree with you. Like, I don't know if I would even make it one game if somebody was wrecking face like that.
I might, just to see how good the rewards are the first time.
All right. So I will tell the story of how I got temporarily banned from Destiny.
Oh, yeah, it does happen. Sometimes you're an accomplice.
Just because I was on the team and had no idea this was going on and didn't leave. So I had a suspension.
So this guy who worked on the game was saying back in Helldivers 1, someone cheated and did a cheat where they were going around granting unlimited or 9,999 research samples.
Okay.
And they gave it to a bunch of people who weren't cheating. And now a bunch of people had maxed out shit, which they think ruined the progression of their game and, fucked around. And there was nothing they could really do with that.
Okay, that's fair.
So obviously they say the same shit. They're not using it to collect shit. And obviously it could, and it probably is because I believe they all are.
I don't think they have a choice. Like, I think it just naturally does that.
Yeah. But supposedly it's not reporting it to anything.
Okay.
But again,
Tom, do you have any other solutions that you might think of, like a non-fungible token rather than, the regular sample?
You might be able to do something with like the ledger system of a cryptocurrency, like kind of like that, where you're like everyone gets a unique ID and a unique key or a public key, and or a private key, and you're just using it for their particular username or cloud name or whatever you associate with their cloud account. But the problem is that what's editing your files is not on the cloud; it's on your personal system, and so the cheating is usually like you're editing your local version of the files somehow, and so that becomes very hard when it's a hard problem to solve, basically.
Yeah, I would imagine.
And best way I think of to do it is that you just use a VPN to play Helldivers.
It doesn't like the VPN when I put it on. I will say that.
Yeah, but or like maybe a virtual machine might be the better way to go.
No, could be. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to change it now.
Or like a cloud machine, or something that's not a personal machine.
Running Helldivers out of Docker.
Yeah, sure.
Actually, with their paid for service, you might be able to do that.
You might. I think that server based gaming is probably a way that's going to be much more common in the future. We just will be less aware of it. And imagine just like Steam, instead of, you have all your games or a version of all your games, they give you like a browser based console that lets you just play them.
Mm-hmm.
And so none of the system files are on your system. And so the anti-cheat doesn't need to be on your system either because the files aren't.
That could be a solution. That could change things triumphantly.
Yeah, we're getting to that point in reliability of speed access just by the judgment of us playing together Helldivers. But then we'd all have to connect to basically the same server.
Yeah.
Which might be a different model than they were originally anticipating. I don't know their current model, by the way.
Don't know.
But it might be different than what they currently do.
I don't know what their long-term plan is. I know they weren't expecting the launch and the uptake that the game has had.
The volume.
Yeah. They did have to, expand servers, buy new servers. What, day 3?
They had that meme from the first Harry Potter. When he's looking at the card of the wizard, it disappears, but it says, wait, where are the Helldiver servers? And he says, well, you can't expect them to be around all day, can you?
How bad was launch day? Does anybody know? I mean, I wasn't there. I didn't play it. I was watching the game, but I didn't buy it yet.
I didn't hear it was actually that bad. I heard that it was like a little, it took some time to get synced up, basically. Worse. My imagination is worse than what is today, just because it was, first day or whatever, first few days. But from the people that I knew that got it right out of the box, they said they were able to get games and play it. So
it looks like exactly what you said: crashes, matchmaking issues, and login troubles, but nothing. It apparently,
I heard login might have been an issue.
Yeah, it apparently didn't affect the game sales enough. I don't know. If you look at the trends and player trends, it just seems to keep going up and up.
Yeah, I didn't hear anyone complain about crash though, like during game. I heard of exiting the game and then it crashing, like on your exfil basically, and then basically not getting your stat screen.
What was that one that happened to you when we played?
The one that happened to me was, I think on my side, I think that where I am might not have the best electricity all the time.
Like it was a communications timeout?
No electricity. I think I suffered maybe a brownout. And I think it reset my router because my Discord also crashed.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I didn't have internet for like 5 seconds.
So like barely enough time to notice?
My desktop did not go down, did not shut down. But my cell phone and my internet connection on my desktop did go out.
Okay. So not attributed.
So I think that was on my end. I don't think that was Helldivers.
Yeah. I mean, I had that problem.
I was able to rejoin you guys.
That's true.
Which was huge for me, by the way. Even though I wasn't happy about the situation at the time.
No, but how many other games have we had to quit the game we were in to restart for that exact issue?
Or I can't rejoin, or you have to complete the mission before I can rejoin. My reintegration was pretty seamless. It was like I did start up from like basically 0 and had to rejoin your guys' group or whatever.
Right.
I don't know if I was the host at the time though, so I don't know if you guys switched hosts or whatever, if that was seamless.
We switched to mine,
so that was actually pretty seamless then. So maybe they are doing something with centralized servers, and if that host switching happened like that.
That's interesting,
because so that switch of hosts was probably almost seamless for you guys.
We didn't even notice. We just noticed you were gone.
Yeah. And then when we came back, we weren't on my ship anymore. I know that.
No, we were on the Princess of Wrath.
Because I had upgraded one of my things that wasn't upgraded on the ship that I'd returned to.
I see. So you were able to recognize that.
Yeah.
Also, can we just point out how cool it is that you can name your ship the way that you do? I like the way they did that.
That's a nice for me, but not like it's not a feature I expected, but it's also not one that I hate.
I just think it's funny and cool because
It's funny.
there's the potential for you to unlock special like commendations and have different titles and different names. Maybe you hit max rank for one of the war bonds, and one of the rewards is like you get a third name to put on there or a title.
That like an adjective or something. Could be in the future. There's lots of customization as you level up that I like. The weapons seem a little bit limited at the beginning. That's one complaint I have.
Yeah, I got like 2 SMGs and 3 shotguns.
Yeah. Some of them
It would be nice to have at least one standard issue of every type of weapon at the very beginning.
and maybe a range where you can test them out so you could see what does what and how. That'd be nice.
Or just three standard weapons. Like you're either an infantryman, you're, I don't know, close quarters person, support person, or
heavy gunner.
Heavy gunner is nice.
No, not to me. Like
I want 9 machine guns and a turret on my
like
backpack.
maybe an explosives expert. I don't know.
Yeah, like light, medium, and
like,
heavy, and then whatever weapons you should feel that are associated.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought that was cool that there's light, heavy, and medium armor that changes your stats.
It doesn't change armor point though.
What do you mean?
So heavy and medium, in most cases, have the same damage reduction.
Yeah, but you have different health.
You may have different health, but if it's a percentage based like hunter thing, it's a headshot, it's still going to do the same damage. So like if you have more health, it's still going to do like, say it's, I don't know, 110 damage on heavy, it'll do 75 on medium or whatever it is.
Also, the enhancements are or boosters, what they call it
From the ship.
I think the boosters are like a vitality booster or the one booster that has you start with max ammo for the squad is a nice little touch, I think.
Yeah.
And you share all that
separates
shit
it a little. Yeah, that separates it from a lot of other games.
So if I put this on, you put on another one, we get that boost. Same thing with stratagem. I thought that was cool. Like if we all unlock different ones, we could all have a bunch of them, you know?
Yeah. Don't know. Just seems like they are really trying. They're a company that has always tried with every one of the games that they've produced. If you look at them, I think on their website, they have 4 that they show that are really their mainstay, chief titles.
So what? Helldivers, Magicka, and what else?
Let's see. Let's do them justice.
But considering how early they are in releasing this game, they have a lot of what I would consider like nice to haves, not just like, the bare bones AAA stuff, where I feel like a lot of the AAA games, at least in the past year, have been very bare bones.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're going to
on release
buy AAA Game 7. You don't give a fuck what we do. You've played 1 through 6.
And then you're going to buy our whatever battle pass if you want to continue playing and be able to get.
Like it.
Yeah.
And that's where like the majority of the nice to haves are for these games, though, is the battle pass, where even as someone who didn't like pre-order or someone who didn't buy their currency, I can still have like a bunch of their nice to haves, like customizing my ship name.
Let's see here.
Doesn't do anything except cosmetic, right?
Yeah, it's just cosmetic.
No, some of the armor does stuff.
The armor does stuff. It has different small intrinsic values.
No, I mean the name for the ship.
Oh, the name of the ship is just the name of your ship.
Helldivers 1, 2, Magicka, and Gauntlet Slayer Edition. It seems...
You play that
I don't know what this says about them, but so far, every one of their games has been a 4-person multiplayer game.
Oh, yeah. Look at that shit.
So, I don't know. They worked on...
They've got the four-player formula down.
Yeah, and they keep trying with it. They keep making it work.
We all own Gauntlet. I don't think I've ever played Gauntlet.
I think I bought it for everybody as like a callback to something when we played on Dreamcast or something.
It, right? Isn't you, Tom? Oh, wait, maybe that's not you. Mark has it. What's your picture, Tom? I don't remember your Steam picture. No, that's not you. Everyone but Tom has it.
Outgroup.
Well,
So
I have all the simulation games.
that's true. So eventually, I don't know why I got Gauntlet for everybody. But anyway, there was something going on because that was back in 2014? Yeah.
Fucking good guess, bro.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Nice. Yes, something was going on then with that. But I think they just have maybe this is the fairest way to put it. They've identified that they like and people enjoy the 4-player co-op adventure. And they just really put the screws in and decided they were going to dig deep into that one.
That's probably it too. There's not a lot of, there are co-op games, but there's not a lot of co-op games like this, especially with the drop in, drop out aspect is probably one of the best parts too.
Yeah. No, I really think they settled on, this is our niche. We're going to do this as good as we possibly can. Meanwhile, everybody else is like, so the quarterly earnings that we're going to present, how much money do you think we're going to be able to extort off people?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of the bigger games or AAA games see us as just a buck.
That's exactly what they are.
Fucking Warner Brothers is doubling down on fucking live service because they were like, Suicide Squad failed. Let's make live service games instead. And people are like, is a live service game.
And that's
like,
stupid.
no, that's fine. We'll do it with Harry Potter too. Don't worry. They're like, what? No, please don't. No, it'll be fine. You'll buy spells and shit. And it'll be great.
Oh, great. Yeah. Let's microtransaction a core part of the game.
To be fair, a lot of those Potter heads are a little crazy about anything associated with it.
I am not into Harry Potter. That was probably Game of the Year last year, and it got 0 credit.
I don't think it was. I don't think it won.
It didn't win.
The Hogwarts game was beautiful, but
Hogwarts Legacy was one of the most well-received, one of the most played games of the year, and it won nothing.
I can play it now.
There you go.
It's great.
I don't know. That was another game that just happened to be like, no, we want to make a decent game.
Although once I felt I had done the game loop got stale to me. Probably it felt like I was doing the same thing for the 3rd or 5th time. And I was like, this feels like go fetch quests in World of Warcraft.
Oh, my favorite.
That was hard too, because that was their first time making this. You know what I mean? Like Harry Potter.
There are a lot of surprises that I was pleasantly surprised about. At first, I thought it was just like the castle. So it not being just the castle made a big way for me.
Yeah, you can explore the grounds and there's caves and shit, right?
Yeah.
You know why it didn't win Game of the Year?
Did you find a reason?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Maybe. It didn't get any accolades as far as I know.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, but it still should have won something. It should have gotten recognition. Even if it's not Game of the Year.
3.
It can't win everything.
Yeah, the game that you fell in love with instantly.
Well, I'm losing sleep over this.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's not the only one. I've heard a lot of people say that. No, just one comment that I had, since we're still kind of dabbling on the edge. Most of the AAA games, so every quarter when they do their earnings call and they talk to the shareholders and whatever, and they announce...
Did win... Hogwarts Legacy did win best game on Steam Deck.
Okay. That it won one thing. But this is like other games that don't, or are with publicly traded companies that don't have a microtransaction scheme. They don't have any way to justify future income to the shareholders. So they're less popular with the shareholder. And then everything with a microtransaction and a battle pass is easy to lie and say, we project we're going to make X amount of dollars. Every time I hear a battle pass, I'm thinking, oh, next quarter, you're going to say you made X amount with this. And you're going to use it to, borrow more. You're going to use it to justify more bonuses and worse gameplay. And then you're going to, at the end of a year's time, when, you really have to come clean with the shareholders, you're going to say, well, it didn't do as good as we thought it would. And then that's it.
Which is the case all the time now.
That's all they do.
That's why we talked about this earlier. That's why 90% of what I play is fucking indie games. Granted, most of them look like they run on the fucking Super Nintendo, but still.
They're fun.
Yeah, I care more about gameplay than anything else.
The
only new games I play are ones I trust, and some have lost my trust, and then a couple sequels to games that I like the first one that still have, you know what I mean? That I'll be like, all right. But even then, most of the time I buy them used later on.
Yeah.
That's why I was so surprised when fucking God of War was good. I figured that was going to be shit. The original ones were okay. These two, holy crap. This and Ragnarok? God damn.
Yeah. Yeah, they were good. Yeah, but I don't understand. I do understand why, but I don't want it to be the case. But the video game industry has become the producers.
The musical?
Mm-hmm. Everything is
Oh,
springtime for Hitler.
Yeah, we're gonna make a flop on purpose to make more money. All right, yeah, I got it now.
That's what it is.
Explaining that to people who haven't seen the musical.
So, basically, it's trying to cash in on the insurance. But it's do whatever you can. Like in this case, it's do whatever you can to qualify for the cheapest financing possible to produce the game, to capitalize on initial sales and initial hype, and then whatever microtransactions you could get out of it. And then, oh no, it's terrible. We don't have to pay anybody back. We can, not exactly pay back our loans or extend them out or whatever.
It's because too many of the companies or the developers, not themselves, but the developing company, is either owned by a real company or is being treated like a real company. So the ones that have the higher up contracts now are working for the man, unfortunately. So 90% of the time you're getting what you just said. That's why you got to go and fucking, who made Pokemon with guns that I forgot the hell they're called?
Palworld.
Yeah, fucking
Palworld.
Pocket Pair. There you go. You got to go with the no-name guys.
Yeah.
They're just doing what they want.
In essence, the company stays, the debt stays with the company, and the CEOs and, higher up executives and whatever, they make off with whatever profit or money. So they're never penalized for the debt. So they could keep producing shit, and that's fine with them after, however long they move to a different company.
Mm-hmm. And they just keep swapping around who's in charge.
And we wind up with worse and worse shit on the market until things like Helldivers or Palworld come out. And then everybody scratches their head like, how we still get good games? And then the game journalists chime in like, well, here's why this good game is bad for the industry. Somebody should hit you with a
we're
bus.
owned by our parent company.
Fucking unbelievable.
Because our sponsors that pay for these reviews are not the ones that made this.
We're going to have to branch that conversation off into its own episode. I feel like we touched on that before, didn't we?
We did. That's why this all feels somewhat familiar.
Well,
moral of the story, go play Baldur's Gate.
and Helldivers
too.
If you have time.
Anybody have some final words?
Managed democracy.
Chris, 1 minute sales pitch for Baldur's Gate. Go.
Fuck no, I'm not doing this.
Come on, do one. You just did.
Yeah, exactly.
I've lost sleep over
Everyone gets one.
Everyone gets one. I guess I have one. You know what they say. Guilty feet have got no rhythm, though it's easy to pretend.
I'm never gonna dance again. Hey, I'm whispering carelessly.
If an AI is listening and wanting our content, I say we give it to them.
Yes, glorious robot overlords.
Well, that does it. Madam Secretary, take care of the rest.
Calamity. Travesty. Surviving staff. The board meetings have concluded. It is now safe to resume normal work functions. Hazard signs will be placed at all biological spill sites. Watch your step. The injured will be humanely recycled into vegan lunch options for underprivileged, inner-city children. This is a green company, after all. There will be Fig Newtons and Crystal Light in the break room for those allowed breaks. It's a long one. 3 minutes for each of yous. And don't touch my apple slices. Honey Crisp. Find joy where you can. The next board meetings will be soon. God remains dead, and we have killed him.